Hey, how are you? I'm SliceofOtaku, and today we are once again going to be talking about the Pink Diamond murder mystery currently underway in the Steven Universe story. But this time, rather than question who exactly committed this crime, we're actually going to question why they would do this. What sort of reasoning could possibly lead the culprit to murderous intent in the first place, and how exactly they orchestrated such an elaborate plot. Alright, so to begin with, building off of Blue Zircon's conclusions, for the true perpetrator to have been able to pull this many strings simultaneously, they had to have been a diamond. So why would a diamond ever conspire against one of their own? And what differentiated Pink from the other two potential diamond targets? Well, our biggest piece of evidence here would have to be her human zoo. During her colonization of Earth, Pink Diamond took the time out to preserve some of the planet's dominant organic life, aka humans, and based on the language provided by both Yellow and Blue Diamond in regards to this practice, it is strange. Amongst homeworld gems, there seems to be a certain cultural disdain for organic life. Yet Pink Diamond, in her position being one of her species' most influential figures, seemingly did not share this sentiment. When Holly Blue, the current overseer of the facility, explained its design, she emphasized the scale of the lower portion. She states that apparently humans do not take well to captivity. That subtle remark can actually tell us a lot. It says that Pink Diamond was willing to appease the humans and has always intended for them to be as comfortable as possible. When looking at this from a homeworld perspective, this is bad. Like, really bad. Think about it, these humans are well pampered to the point where the concept of pain itself is essentially a myth. And well, maybe when we compare their existences to our own, we may feel as though this is not true freedom and is by extension wrong. But when you compare this treatment to that of gems on Homeworld, the issue is easy to see. The vast majority of gems are treated poorly, and to maintain their dominance, the diamonds instill fear into their subjects by means of mercilessness. And so, as a diamond, Pink would have to be strict with her subjects. Meanwhile, here she is with humans in her possession living lavishly. Homeworld instills the mentality that propelling the species forward is the ultimate goal, more important than anything. Rose Quartz was considered a treacherous, shallow gem because she was willing to forsake her own species for another. So what would happen if this were to also be the case with Pink Diamond? The results would fundamentally endanger the establishment of Homeworld as we know it. This is something I'm sure Pink Diamond herself was keenly aware of. And I say this because of the false pretense surrounding this practice. As far as the crystal gems and presumably Homeworld knew, the human zoo was a private menagerie that held humans captive as trophies of Pink Diamond's conquest, something that sounds far more ruthless than it actually turned out to be. In actuality, Pink Diamond was not cut out to be a leader of Homeworld, but she was most likely able to mask this side of herself for the entirety of her reign, because whoever conspired against her seemingly did so before her true nature could be revealed publicly, because, well, to do otherwise would sort of defeat the purpose of their actions. So yeah, the destruction of a fellow diamond was, in the eyes of the culprit, for the greater good of Homeworld. Alright, so we now know the reasoning behind this event, but how was it strung together? Because Rose Quartz, as we now know, was framed, but what brought her to the scene of the crime in the first place? In this war for the planet, Pink Diamond stood to be Rose's greatest adversary, so killing her would have been vastly beneficial to her own cause, but this isn't how Rose plays. Rose's sword was specifically constructed so that it would tear through one's physical form, but never harm the actual gem itself. Shattering Pink Diamond was by no means her intention nor her objective, but for her to go this close to Pink Diamond's palanquin tells us that she did intend to face her. So based on this, my assumption would have to be for a peace treaty of some sort. A situation where Rose Quartz was falsely proposed a peace treaty that Pink Diamond was actually unaware of. And if Rose did bring any allies to this destination in Korea, in this case I feel as though it would be Pearl, considering her particular reactions to the mentioning of this event. But anyways, had they surveyed the terrain prior to going in, they may have seen the defenses surrounding her palanquin to be thinned at best, having minor presences such as Eyeball, but not really any major threats based on the apparent absence of Pink Diamond's troops as described by Blue Zircon, which would make them more willing to believe this to be an actual peaceful venture. And on the flip side, you have Pink Diamond, whose behavior is fascinating as well. She is said to have walked out of her palanquin. This action is major when considering Pink Diamond's position. As seen in the episode The Answer, when a subject such as Sapphire is expected by a diamond, they themselves enter the diamond's palanquin as the diamond sits. So by no means would Pink Diamond exit her palanquin to greet another gem unless that gem happened to be of equal footing, aka another diamond. Pink Diamond's guard was down, leaving her vulnerable enough to metaphorically be sucker punched by this malicious force. Rose Quartz was armed with her sword at the time and most likely did in fact attack Pink Diamond, but killing her is out of the question. Yet Pink Diamond's death had to have been convincing enough to make even Rose believe she had actually done it accidentally, which is why Pearl nor Garnet can deny it, because Rose herself could not deny it. This is something that deeply contrasted her own code of morality, something that she may have bared major guilt towards, which is why the mentioning makes Pearl, someone who was very close to her, shake. Now currently, we don't have enough information at our disposal to really say how exactly her death was made this convincing, but I'm sure that information is to come and will truly blow us away. And I don't know about you, but I really like this sort of mystery thriller type of story, so I'm hoping that this is done well and isn't just a flashy way to stretch out information. And man, after seeing the stuff that is going on in the States right now, the human zoo does not sound too bad. It sounded like some good real estate. So let me know if you are down to relocate. But until then, thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you. So while I was editing this video, a few additional points came to mind, and instead of including them in the description, which only a handful of people actually read, I'll just say them right now. Alright, so first off, earlier in the video I said how comfort for the humans in her possession was always Pink's intentions, which is reflected by the design of the zoo itself.
The bottom half of this structure is devoted entirely to specimen containment. Apparently, humans don't take well to captivity.
Well, another thing to take into account is how different humans are from gems. Think about it, humans need certain things for survival that are totally foreign to gems. Pink Diamond takes into account all of the basic human needs here. They're clothed, fed, clean, they play, they have mating rituals, all the things that gems don't necessarily need at all. A gem wouldn't just know these things by default, as we've seen in the case of, say, Peridot. These are things a gem would have to learn about humanity, so it's clear that Pink Diamond took a lot of time out to figure humans out. And I mean, hey, even Rose didn't know infants and adults were the same species at one point, and here Pink Diamond is with generation upon generation of human reproduction carrying on well after even her death. That to me is just mind-blowing. But anyways, the second extra point I wanted to make is regarding Pearl. So in the episode Adventures in Light Distortion, Pearl says that when she still served Homeworld, she saw the human zoo for herself firsthand. And if you saw my previous video on the whereabouts of Pink Pearl, you may remember me saying that the zoo yields absolutely no objective nor tactical benefit to the Homeworld Empire. It is a hobby of Pink Diamond's at best, and so I cannot imagine this being a destination for your typical gem unless they're like bringing humans there. But I could definitely see a diamond visiting. And alright, okay, what I'm about to say is very speculatory right now, but come on, at this point, we're all just waiting to hear that Pearl was once owned by White Diamond, aren't we? And so maybe it was then that White Diamond realized the true nature of this place. I mean, that right there is just some food for thought. It's not exactly something I'm trying to heavily push, but it's just something to think about, you know, questioning why Pearl was there in the first place. But yeah, that's about it. I already said I love you, so I guess double I love you. Bye. Begin to be half of what you